Good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you are, wherever you live. Hey, how are you doing? Good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you are, wherever you live. Hey, how are you doing? Guess what I have today? Another commentary. You get to listen to me rant for about 15 minutes. If you want to leave, click off the video. If you want to stay, listen to what I have to say. You know I'm Dr. Seuss up in this hoe. I be rhyming. Don't play on my downfall. This is gonna be good. What does UDY say? What does the cheater guy say? You know UDY. Everyone knows UDY. Put a picture right here. UDY. You better grab your talkies, man. Cause this shit finna be good. It's gonna be good. You know what? I will flex on you, bro. Okay, I just had like this little epiphany, and I think this is a pretty different outlook on everything, but it's pretty simple. It's gonna also be very difficult to explain again, but check this out. So, with society and where it's at right now, everyone is way more isolated than it used to be, and then like how it used to be in general. So like have you ever felt alone even though you're with a group of people? Like even though you're with people even people like you know, have you ever felt like still alone, like they don't really understand you? Now where I'm trying to go at now is that you have like your little group of friends, right? And then there's always a dynamic within that group of friends. Like someone is the support, someone is, you know, it glues everything together, the other guy is the smart guy, and then you have like the group leader. Even like you can give these labels to your group of friends, and someone will always have like a label. And what I'm trying to get at is like that's all subconscious, right? Like it's not really like explain like, hey, you are the smart guy, okay? That's all you are. No, that's not how it is. Subconsciously, that's the person you go when you have like something you need to, like a question. And then you go to like the group leader, like subconsciously everyone goes quiet, and then the group leader decides where you guys go next and what's going to happen next. So with this, we used to live in like tribes. Now we live like, you know, at home with like a family. But the support was always there. How it used to be is, you know, you guys used to be in the same tribe, and if another tribe rolled up on you, it's like, yo, what's the deal? Why are you rolling up on my tribe for? But now everyone's just isolated, everyone's just got families, and you kind of leave your family to go kind of work over here and do your own thing, and then you're expected to leave your tribe and own your own house so that way you can make your own family. Why is it not that we have our own family, right, where you grew up with the people you grew up with, and then you and all your brothers all have children and still live in the same premises? Like you guys don't leave, you guys stay. Why did we split that up? Because everything would be so much more stronger if you could be with like your whole family and then your own family at the same time. Everything would be so much stronger. Money would be so much more abundant. You would have the leader of the family, which would be in this case like your dad. He would be able to have all the finances, and then your mom would be able to support all the children, or all the wives, all the women would support all the children. Like it's perfect. This is how God intended it to be. However, now everything's split up. Everyone's arguing. Oh, this is my money. No, you owe me this stupid money. Oh, you owe me a fucking whatever, you know. There's stupid arguments for stupid reasons, and we're all divided, you know? And to kind of go off course a little bit, if you were to go to like a different country and you met someone that's from your country, you're gonna be like, oh wow, you're from there, let's fucking hang out, you know, let's chill, let's do this, let's do that. However, if you had met that same person inside your guys' country and you met them, it wouldn't really be like that crazy, you know? It's that familiarity that brings everyone together. Like, the title of our country, the United States of America, that's bullshit. We're not united. What it feels like is a country full of a whole bunch of different little countries. Like, if you go from state to state, if you've ever traveled before, you know how different it feels to go from the Southeast to the Midwest. Like, it's a whole different shift with everything. I'm sorry, I know it just got dark. I'm leaving the fucking city. But I'm just kind of ranting right now. I don't really have like a specific topic for this. But isn't it kind of crazy? Like, if you left, say you live in, I don't want to say Ohio. That's the only like random state I can come up with. Okay, say you're from Arkansas, right? And then you go to Missouri and you meet someone and they're from Missouri. It's kind of like, oh wow, I guess it's nice to meet you. And then you gotta kind of already build familiarity. However, if you're from Arkansas and you go to Missouri and you meet someone from Arkansas, it's like, oh shit, you're from Arkansas? What part? You know? In Georgia, we have a no hands law, so this is kind of like illegal. And there's also a cop right there. And GSP don't play around, baby. We drive fucking Chargers. Our Challengers. But honestly, it just kind of sucks. The stupid like society that we're in now. You know, it's just playing against itself. It's just killing itself. Our collective conscious is killing itself right now. Because no one is in favor of another person, like genuinely from the deep. I mean, I'm not gonna subject it. It's kind of like a subjective thing. Like, I guess there's people out there that genuinely care about another person's being, but the people who lead everything don't give a fuck. They don't care. They could care less. And if they did care, we wouldn't have all this, oh, you gotta work your ass off to get this imaginary shit, and it's called money, and you have to get this money in order to live. But we'll provide you like housing, but that housing's not going to be free. And you're not going to have time to do really anything. You can only work for that money. And it's not like I chose that decision. Like, I was just born into a world where I have to do that. I have to make money. And I have to do that, or else I'm homeless. And then they say, you can't do that. You can't be homeless. You get timeout time. I'm like, what? I can't live? I can't exist? You know, I have to work my ass off to exist in an economy where it just doesn't want it. It's almost impossible to do that shit by yourself. And the whole, don't even get me started on college. Boy, don't even get me started on college. That whole thing in itself is a scam. Because how do you expect an 18-year-old to have enough money to pay for tuition. How the fuck does that work? They would have to get it from their parents. And even then, it's not like they really wanted to go to college in the first place. They were kind of just forced to, you know? It's like, oh, it's good. It's just they propagate that it's really, really, like, beneficial, and, like, how are you going to get a good job? Like, sure, but the billionaires now, they've never been to college. They never, not once, went to college. Look it up. This whole thing is just against itself. And it would be honestly really hard to fix. You know, I can't just go up to government officials and say, hey, we got to do this. Like, who the fuck are they're going to listen to me? For what? Why would they do that? Instead, if I actually had a little bit more power and, like, actual, like, status, then I'd go up to them and say the same thing. They'd still reject me, but they'd do it nicely. They'd be like, no, we're not going to be doing that today, but look, dude, let's do this, and you can help us on our reign of terror. Fucking destroying it, helping destroy other people's lives, but your life is better. Does that make you feel good? Genuinely, no way. No, it doesn't. That's not how the shit's gonna roll, you know. Like, all these things, like, that you see, like, the fucking... We don't need all of this. This was just for, like... I don't know how everything came to be. I wasn't here before the date I was born. But someone made a decision to want to be able to fix the world, but someone ended up capitalizing on that decision and for his own gain. So ego destroyed the world. Again, it goes back to sin. There we go. The sin destroyed the economy, and the sin destroyed everything because someone was prideful and egotistical enough to be like, hey, you know, that's a good idea. Let me steal that from you and take all the power. If we were to just live in harmony without, like, if there was a restart button for the economical and political state of the world, if there was a restart button and we just lived by God's commandments and the rules of that, and we all lived in harmony, there would be no bullshit, like, there would be no crime, and there would be nothing, because then you're born into a world where it's already praising and it's already harmonizing itself, and everything is in the only leader that we need, which is God. We don't need Donald Trump leading or all these worldly leaders. Like, I don't want to subject it to just him, but, like, all the world leaders, like, we don't need them. Well, now we do, because if they get out of power, someone else is going to just take power, and then criminals are just going to go. Everyone's just going to rebel against everything and steal everything and kill everything because the power system got thrown out of balance. But if there was a restart button and we all just lived by God's commandments, I actually can't figure out a reason why everything would go chaotic, unless someone was like, did something stupid and ended up somehow becoming sinful, even though you'd be born into a world where we're trying to already get rid of that problem. You know? And honestly, I guess that's my rant. Some of your thoughts, you know. And yeah, 13 minutes, not bad. See ya.